Wow, guys, this sounded absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
Wow, beautiful. Good evening. I'm very happy today to announce that we have a very international musicians in Kassel, all the way from Zimbabwe. This is PrayerSoul from Zimbabwe. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm great.
We have AK Simba from Uganda via Belgium. How are you, AK?
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Thank you. And to the far right, we have Stefan Schramm from Konnefeld near Kassel.
Das ist richtig. Hallo.
Thank you very much for joining us. So please, may you explain to us why actually you came all the way to Kassel? Kassel is not Berlin, it's not Munich, it's not London, but why are you in Kassel?
Well, firstly, Kassel is beautiful. I think every part of Germany has got its own character, and it's very interesting. But this is mainly because of my manager, yes, who happens to be Roberta Wagner.
That's me.
And so because of that, we definitely started our tours and just started off from where she comes from. So from where you come from, and I've learned about the city and the amazing things that happen here. There was a time I was here just before Documenta ended, so I kind of caught a little bit of that, and to realize that it becomes a very amazing city full of art, and I think that makes it unique. But also, I mean, just for the convenience, we started doing shows here, and then started doing shows everywhere around Germany, but from here. So this is kind of like our headquarters.
So you're having currently your Europe tour. That means you're not only in Kassel and Munich, but you're also going to other countries. And could you also let us know how many shows you actually have?
Okay, so because of our amazing friend over here, aka Simba, we're going to be doing something in Belgium, and then after that we're doing about three shows in Scotland, and then 2 in England, which is 1 in Birmingham and 1 in London. Then after that, then I go back to Zimbabwe.
And I would like to talk to AK Simba from Uganda a little bit. What brought you to Kassel?
Well, Kassel is a very interesting place. It's just got to know that it's right in the middle of Germany, and it's got a lot of history, which actually interests me. I'm very interested in history and culture, and when this idea of having a collaboration with PrayerSoul and Stefan came in mind, I felt like this would be a perfect project to jump on and collaborate and also share skills and knowledge. And it so happened that its birth is right here in Kassel. So I'm not here by mistake, but I'm right here in my actuality. So I'm very blessed to be and pleasured to be here, studying in Kassel and supporting the rest of the crew.
And Stefan, wie fühlst du dich, dass du das große Glück hast, mit Musikern aus Afrika zu spielen?
Ja, ich fühle mich erstmal sehr gut dabei, schon allein aus dem Grunde, weil ich immer versuche, irgendwas Neues zu machen. Nicht immer nur das Gleiche. Ich spiele auch noch in mehreren Bands mit und solche Sachen, aber das ist diese Paarung der Musik von Jazz, afrikanische Sounds dazu. Das ist das, was mir Spaß gemacht hat, seit wir das erste Mal zusammen gespielt haben, Prayer und ich.
Und wie lange kennt ihr euch schon? Also du kennst ja Prayer schon etwas länger. Vielleicht kannst du kurz darüber berichten, wie ihr euch kennengelernt habt, wie lange ihr euch kennt und warum wir eigentlich zu dritt auf der Bühne stehen, warum ihr zu dritt auf der Bühne steht.
Ja, sehr gerne. Also eigentlich ist das eine lustige Geschichte, weil wir haben uns vor etwa 2 Jahren kennengelernt. Das war eine Zufallsgeschichte auf einem Geburtstag von einer Freundin. Er wollte ein Geburtstagsständchen spielen. Mich wollte man zwingen, mitzumachen. Er hatte seine Erfahrung mit Saxophonisten hier in der Gegend gesammelt und ich meine Erfahrung mit, wir kannten uns nicht und eigentlich, das sah so aus, wir hatten beide eigentlich gar keine Lust dazu, aber um des lieben Friedens willen, wir beide haben gespielt und schon nach dem ersten Song war klar, das passt sehr gut zusammen und seitdem wann immer möglich.
Das heißt, ihr trefft euch eigentlich einmal im Jahr, zweimal im Jahr, je nachdem, wenn Prayer auf Tour ist, dann spielt ihr zusammen?
Genau, natürlich.
Und wie würdest du vielleicht sagen, also eure Musik, der PrayerSoul spielt Neo Soul, das ist vielleicht nicht so deine Richtung. Trefft ihr euch musikalisch?
Ja, wir treffen uns an ganz vielen verschiedenen Punkten, gerade wenn Soul Jazz trifft oder umgekehrt. Und da kann dann auch afrikanischer Sound mit dabei sein, da kann nordhessischer Sound dabei sein, das ist vollkommen egal.
Was ist denn ein nordhessischer Sound?
Da möchte ich mich jetzt bitte nicht drüber auslassen in der Öffentlichkeit.
Dankeschön, Stefan. So, Prayer, maybe you could also tell us a little bit how do you feel about being a musician in Zimbabwe and then coming to Europe and touring Europe. Is there a big difference? Are there many similarities? Maybe you could just give us a little bit of an insight.
Okay. I think the similarities would be that it's not an easy path. Generally, wherever you are, because you really have to be super talented, and then you have to work hard and build a network of people and grow it. You know, like how everything grows. But there are definitely differences because of differences in culture. I think there are also a lot of differences in audiences. I'd say the audiences in Europe will prefer to really listen, to really listen to the intricate details of the voice and the lyrics and the performance, and they really soak it in. So you can easily do a show full of slow songs and that are very soulful and very, that require you to really capture the moment and hear the expression in the song. And in Africa, I think we're more rhythmic nation, and we have a lot of talent. So a lot of the singing is something that's very popular and very common. So it's easy to find a great singer. So you have like tons of talented singers, but it's what stands out in Africa is when you're a great entertainer. So it becomes a little more demanding to stand out in Africa, because you have to be more of a full package than just a good singer with good songs. You have to really know how to connect with an audience and how to make them dance and how to make them sit, how to make them sing along and all of that. So it's always such a great contrast to be able to be back and forth, because it always keeps you on your toes in terms of being a performer and not just being a singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe you could also tell us a little bit about the workshop you're currently hosting, because it's the PrayerSoul and Friends workshop. So I think you invited AK and Stefan to join you. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that, because today was day one. And I think what you're performing on the stage here tonight is something you did during the workshop.
Yes. The workshop is very interesting, because it's really just creating music and sort of piecing all the things that we all like as the three of us, and being able to create a show around that. So it's a very natural process, and it's not very difficult. And we also just have like these two are just very cool guys. Like, they're not stuck up or very rigid people. They're very flexible. So we can actually just be talking and someone's playing something and we think, oh, that would be great, or someone comes up with an idea and then we're like, oh, let's add that, and then we jump into a song. So it's I think the show is going to be absolutely amazing, because just from day one we've come up with like some really cool ideas that we're going to infuse in the show. So I think it's going to be quite a treat. So
would you mind playing another song for us?
We wouldn't mind at
So
all.
maybe I could leave you for a second,
Yes,
and you would
absolutely.
play another song.
Sure, we
Which
can do
song are you playing?
We're going to do a song called Dariro.
What does it mean?
Dariro means an open space where gatherings happen. So it's kind of like a court. If there was a court, an open court or coliseum, that would be the Dariro. So it's kind of like a place where issues are addressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
I feel so left alone every time you say that you'll be gone. When you see I feel so left alone every time you say that you'll be gone. 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 Gosh, oh, I don't know where to start. But the state of my heart has been torn apart and blown apart, and only she can fix it. First, second, third, fourth time she's gone too far. It's all too hard watching it fall apart. My poor heart won't risk it. I know. Why can't he but I know. every time you say that you'll be gone. When you see I feel so left alone every time you say that you'll be gone. 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 This girl, she got me twisted, burnt and confused. She got me living out of my mind. Out of my mind. She lied to me using words like honey, baby, sweetest time beside me and forever. And unconditional, no, no. No. Why can't you hear better? No. One to see and did it, one to see and did it, bad. I feel so left alone every time you say that you'll be gone. One to see and did it, bad. I feel so left alone every time you say that you'll be gone. 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 You'll be gone.
Wow. I can't wait for Friday.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the concert. AK Simba, I wanted to find out from you. I know that PrayerSoul lives in Zimbabwe and he travels to Germany and Europe on tour. In your case, you are originally from Uganda, but you do live in Belgium. How is that, being an African diasporian?
I think it doesn't matter as long as you're black. And whatever you are, you're always going to remain an African. So for me, the difference between the two continents doesn't exist. I do find myself in Belgium at the moment because that's where I feel I am rooted now. But I also feel very African in the way I live. So the two continents don't exist to me. It's a very hard thing to explain, but I do find a very swift way of traveling through the two continents without problem. But of course, it does come with its own challenges. Being an African, living in Europe as an artist, it's not as easy as a lot of people think out there. That okay, because a lot of African artists are struggling to come to Europe with the mindset of thinking that they're going to make it when they come to Europe, and then they get here and things are completely different. I play with a reggae band, K. Jones, and this band had to be created from extremely nothing, and I mean completely from nothing. So meaning that everything you have to build starts from zero. If you were an artist in Africa, and then you migrated here, you're gonna have to start building your crowd again from scratch because the people in Europe they don't know you. You're bringing in a new culture which they're not very familiar with, so you're going to have to teach them about your culture, and then through teaching them your culture, they start to accept you as yourself. So that has been for me an interesting journey, which is filled with mixed challenges. I could put it that way.
Thank you. And you, Prayer, for you, the experience might be slightly different because you have your band in Zimbabwe, and when you come to Europe, you're by yourself. What is the difference? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, it's always easier to perform with the band because there's more going on stage, so the expression is better and the sound is bigger. But it's also got its ups and downs. So there's like great convenience with performing solo because some events can kind of pop up, and there's someone like what Stefan was saying earlier, that his friend had a birthday party, and then we're like, oh, why don't we just go there and I'll carry my guitar and we can just sing. And then with a band, sometimes it becomes more business and more work, and you have to now really be structured in the kind of gigs that you'd be able to do with the band. And it's obviously more expensive, and you also have to deal with more people. So it can become a bit challenging. But both always work out somehow. But the band always has a better sound, for sure.
And how do you feel about playing in Germany for an audience who have never interacted with your music? Is that a very different experience from Zimbabwe, where I would say you might be considered a Zimbabwean star? People know you, you are on radio. In Germany, you are coming to a country where nobody knows your music. Do you feel they understand your music? Can they relate to what you offer?
Absolutely. I think music is just a language that can speak across cultures, and because of that, for me, it's always another stage. And even the shows that I do wherever I am are always very different. Sometimes I'll perform at a festival for 1,000 people. Sometimes I'll perform for 25 people, and it's still performance, and it's still music, and you always have to connect with the audience regardless of how big or how small they are. So it really, in terms of performance, it really doesn't change anything for me. It just feels like I'm supposed to give the people the music, and that's what I'm doing.
Great. Yeah. Stefan? Für dich ist es wieder ganz anders. Du lebst in Deutschland, ja, und du spielst nicht in Afrika, du reist nicht mit deiner Musik durch die Welt. Würdest du das gerne tun? Würdest du gerne mit Prayer in Zimbabwe spielen und mit AK in Uganda oder Belgien?
Selbstverständlich würde ich das gerne tun. Das Problem, du weißt, das ist immer bei mir ein bisschen die Fliegerei. Ich mag das nicht, und ich bin da ganz ehrlich, sonst wäre ich wahrscheinlich schon mal da gewesen. Aber ich habe auch hier eine Menge zu tun mit Musik. Und du fragtest ihn eben, aber meint, dass er die Leute hier erreicht? Das glaube ich auch. Das merkt man jedes Mal, auf jeden Fall. Und ja, das spürt man auch irgendwo im Herzen, was für eine Botschaft dahinter steckt. Und das ist ja das, was letztendlich Spaß macht. Ja.
Das heißt, man braucht nicht unbedingt immer die Texte verstehen. Nein, es geht auch einfach um die Energie, die da passiert.
Genau.
Das ist schön. Ich freue mich, dass wir euch bald gemeinsam oder zu dritt viel mehr auf der Bühne sehen können. Ihr werdet da gemeinsam auftreten und eure Sachen darstellen. Darauf freue ich mich sehr. Und ich hoffe vor allem, dass ihr auch irgendwann mal zusammen durch die Welt reist. Ihr drei, nicht nur in Deutschland und in England, sondern vielleicht auch auf dem afrikanischen Kontinent. Darüber würde ich mich sehr freuen. Vielen Dank. Ich weiß, ihr habt noch ein Lied für uns heute Abend. Und das werdet ihr jetzt spielen. Vielen Dank und euch ein gutes Konzert und eine gute Tour für dich, Prayer. Ich weiß, du sprichst auch ein bisschen Deutsch, oder?
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber ich mixed with English sometimes.
Und hast du ein Lieblingswort? Favorite German word?
Favorite German word. Okay, I have two. So I have favorite German town. Schwäbisch Gmünd.
Why do you know Schwäbisch Gmünd?
Because I played a gig there, yeah. I played a gig there. And then my favorite German word would be, it always changes, but right now it's Leidenschaft.
Leidenschaft.
Yeah.
Ich weiß, ihr spielt mit sehr viel Leidenschaft die Musik. Please explain to us the next song. What is it about?
Well, the next song is called Completely, and it's a song about a Zimbabwean wedding. Yeah.
So the song it has a little bit of traditional rhythms? Is that
Yes.
kind of...
Yes, definitely. It's got a very strong African sound in it. So, yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us in Kassel. Thank you and enjoy.
Can't believe I'm singing this song, yeah. I've waited for so long to finally find someone who truly loves all of me. Can't believe I'm singing this song, I've waited for so long to finally find someone who truly loves all of me. Say, so I'm giving you all of me, and I'm loving you completely. I'm giving you all of me, I'm giving you all of me. Sometimes it feels so unreal, to feel the way that I feel, to know that you're the someone who truly loves all of me. Sometimes it feels so unreal, to feel the way that I feel, to know that you're the someone who truly loves all of me. Say, so I'm giving you all of me, and I'm loving you completely. I'm giving you all of me, I'm giving you all of. So I'm giving you all of me, and I'm loving you completely. I'm giving you all of me, I'm giving you all of. Oh, this is how I will love you. I will love you completely, completely, yeah. This is how I will love you, 'cause baby, you complete me. This is how I will love you. I will love you completely. Yeah. This is how I will love you, 'cause baby, you complete me. Said I'm giving you all of me, and I'm loving you completely. Giving you all of me, giving you all of me. I'm giving you all of, yeah, and I'm loving you gone. I'm giving you all of, I'm giving you all of. So I'm giving you all of me, and I'm loving you completely. I'm giving you all of me, I'm giving you all of me.
Thank you very much. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So what else would you like to talk about? Anything I haven't asked you would like to talk about?
Well, I would like for people to just come through on Friday and just experience the concert for themselves. I think it's going to be something special and it's going to be something really entertaining. So we're working on making sure that it's something unforgettable. So I think the details will be on the screen, so you can just check those out and get yourself to the place.
And AK Simba, any last words?
I'm really looking forward to sharing my experience together with my friends on stage to the people of Kassel and the region. So I think it's going to be a very magical moment. And everyone out there, like PrayerSoul said, should just watch out for the details down on the screen and should come out loud and support us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Und Stefan Schramm, hast du noch irgendwas zu sagen?
Ja, ich freue mich natürlich auf Freitag und auf morgen. Wir werden weiterspielen zusammen und ja, wir sind richtig gute Freunde heute schon geworden. AK habe ich ja nun heute erst kennengelernt, aber das funktioniert, it works, yes.
It works.
Ja.
Dann wünsche ich euch allen noch sehr viel Spaß, einen guten Workshop und vor allem ein gutes Konzert und kommt uns bald wieder besuchen in Kassel. Kassel would really wish to host you again, so please don't be strangers and come again. Thank you very much.
Danke.